The hydrocarbon group that we were focusing on are amines, and this is by Alaina and Brandon.
Okay, we're first going to look over a general overview of amines. Amines are derived from ammonia, NH3. An amine is where one or more of the hydrogens have been replaced with either an alkyl or an aryl group. There are three different types of amines: primary, secondary, and tertiary, as seen in the diagram. A primary amine is where there are three hydrogens on the nitrogen and it's attached to a carbon chain. A secondary amine is where there is one hydrogen on the nitrogen and is attached to two carbon chains. And finally, the tertiary amine has no hydrogens and is attached to three carbon chains.
The next thing we're focusing on is nomenclature. So there are two different ways to name amines. As a general rule, if the carbon chain is a smaller carbon chain, then you use, like, the term you use to name it is amine. And then if it's larger, then you use amino. For both methods, you name the carbon chain as usual, and then you add either amine or amino on after you've already named it. For the first example, there's only one carbon, therefore obviously it's a small carbon chain, and it's a methyl. The amine gets added on to the end, since as I already said, it's small, and so it's simply called methylamine. For the second example, it's a larger carbon chain. There are 5 carbons, so it's pentane. The amine is off of the second carbon, so that means there's a 2 in front of the amino. It's larger, so obviously it gets amino, and it is called 2-aminopentane.
Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is characteristics of amines. Structural characteristics. Amines consist of a basic nitrogen atom with a lone pair and 3 bonding sites. They can be attached to hydrogens, alkyl groups, or anyl groups. Because of the lone pair, they have a trigonal pyramidal shape. Physical characteristics. Primary and secondary amines have hydrogen bonding, so compounds containing amines will have a higher boiling point, melting points, and will also be soluble in water because of the polarity of the molecule. Chemical characteristics. Amines are basic, which means that they can either donate lone pairs or accept hydronium ions. And when they accept hydronium ions from water, it turns the water basic.
Finally, amines are part of condensation reactions. So a condensation reaction is when 2 molecules interact to form a larger molecule, and in the process there is a loss of a smaller molecule. In our example, the molecule that is lost is water. For this example specifically, amine is combined with propanoic acid and it forms methyl propanamide, and water is the product.
Yep.